He can be difficult. You can make Saban laugh in person. I've made Saban laugh before. Saban, when I first met Nick Saban, you know what he said to me? So I'm just a loudmouth. So the first time I met Nick Saban was 10 years ago. I was at ESPN, and he came up to me, and he goes, I got to be honest. You're the one guy in the country I listen to, and you make me think. I go back to my office, and I think, that's a pretty good point.
That's a very big compliment.
That's the first thing he said to me. Now, there's things he doesn't like that I've said. There's times he's gotten a little, you've seen Feinbaum and him have had his moments. But Nick is very human. But beneath the surface.
His former players love him.
Listen, he demands a lot. The story on Nick, and Lane Kiffin and everybody's told me this. Nick defends the players to the end.
Yeah, he's hard on coaches. He's nice to players. Well, I don't know if nice is, but he's more endearing to the players. Yeah,
he'll defend players. He is a player's coach. He's rough on assistants. He's demanding.
I think Andy Reid is probably a little bit more believable to the public than the Saban one, but that is a nice compliment, though. So LeBron played his first game in Cleveland in more than 2 years last night. Looked quite comfortable.
Oh, my
Season
God.
high 46 points in the game, with 21 of them coming in the fourth quarter. And he said hearing some cheering from a Cavs executive when he missed a shot at the end of the third quarter gave him a little extra motivation.
Felt like he was just a little bit too excited about seeing me miss. He was really excited about me missing, that shot. A little bit more extra than I would have liked, but he got a root for his team, obviously, and he was he showcased that. So I knew I had another quarter, and the fourth quarter is my favorite.
I love a good petty moment. It's delicious.
He enjoyed me missing just a little too much.
You know what, though?
Is this the shot?
Everyone can that's the missed shot.
Oh, look at he turns over and looks at the guy. Look at
Bet. That's what happened there. Everyone can relate to this moment, though. Now, everybody can't relate to then, outscoring the entire Cavs roster 21-19 in the fourth quarter. But everyone knows that feeling where somebody says something, you heard somebody said something, or they say something crazy to you, and you're like, is that what you think? Well, let's see about that. It's really amazing to watch him continue to do
my
this.
God. That block he had last night, I was watching the post-game show, and they were just like, come on, man, 18th year. He's got more explosiveness than he's had in
a while, like every, 50 years or so, we get blessed by somebody who has just been blessed. Like Tom Brady is showing that. He's just an absolute outlier. Can't compare anything else. We compare Tom Brady to himself at this point. We compare Tom Brady to his first 10 years.
And you never get him at the same time except tennis, where we got Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal the exact same time. Like we didn't get...
At their peaks? No.
Right. We didn't get Serena with Martina Navratilova. It's like there's a gap. Tennis is the only sport that said, we're going to give you three great players, the best clay, the best grass, the best hard court, exact same time. And what they do? They just beat each other all. They've all taken titles away from each other.
It was actually a bit poetic that happened as well, because LeBron at 36 and 26 days old became the oldest Laker player with a 40-point game since Kobe scored 60 at the age of 37, 234 days old in the final game of his career. And obviously it is, unfortunately, the anniversary of Kobe's death. Rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi.
Yeah.
So when the Nets traded for James Harden, there were obviously some questions about whether it was all going to work with KD and Kyrie. All three are accustomed to having the ball in their hands, being the star. But Harden is embracing his new role in Brooklyn.
I was in a role for 8 years, controlling the ball, dominating the ball. Now it's a different experience for me, but it's still great. It's still basketball at the end of the day, and I'm lucky to be able to do more than just one thing on the basketball court. So, it's fun.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take me a little time to get over Houston Harden.
I know. I watched this game too last night. I'll tell you, I didn't watch the end of this. Who won?
The Nets won.
Okay, then because I watched the beginning of it. I will tell you this, though. He and KD play well together, from what I can tell. It looks like it fits.
I mean, it seems like it's working. They're 4-2 since Harden's been there. They are 11-8, fifth in the East. He's averaging 23.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 11.3 assists since he joined Brooklyn.
Here's what's interesting. I saw trade speculation with his team. So the Nets realize we got to get better defensively.
Yep.
Got to get a better rim protector. So I think they're going to win the East. I really do. I watched them play together for about 15 minutes last night, and I'm like, this works.
I thought they were going to win the East before the season started, but I think what they realize is they've got to go all in right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you watched LeBron last night, how do you feel? Like, come on, just go all in right now. You have KD, Kyrie, and Harden. You might as well shore up. You obviously need defense. I mean, in the games that you've lost, that's been the obvious glaring issue. Get some physicality, get some defense, and go all in this year. Why not? You know you're going to have the scoring, and if Harden can continue to play this role that he's playing, it can work. So this is a really wild story. Cole Beasley's postseason performance just got way more impressive. He revealed that he played the final 3 games this year with a broken fibula. Said it felt pretty bad in the first game, but he took some meds and sucked it up because there was no way he was going to miss a playoff game. He caught 14 passes for 145 yards in those 3 games.
It's amazing what meds can do for football players and us.
There's a broken leg.
Yeah, fibula's up by your thigh, isn't it?
That is insane. It's a broken leg.
Google fibula.
Fibula, I think, is in your, shin. I'm not a doctor, but yeah, it's your shin.
Where is a fibula? It's your shin.
The bone leg on the lateral side of the tibia.
The tibia to the fibula.
Yeah, it's on, it's your lower leg. Broken fibula. That's
so basically
awful.
his lower leg as a slot receiver was broken.
Broken.
Yeah.
It always amazes me what these guys play through.
Oh, your brother's a great... I talked to your brother one time. Did he ever tell you the story?
Yes.
He had a ripped up foot. I'm like, how'd you get through it? He goes, it's called halftime. It's called needles.
Yeah.
Now, some of that stuff's outlawed now, but there was a time.
No, he's played through some... He was lucky in that he never had a real major injury. He broke his collarbone. And he had shoulder surgery.
It heals, but it's painful.
But yeah, the foot thing was bad. And then when he was in Washington, he almost died. He had this awful, I forget what it's called, but it's basically like a blood pack thing, and then can give you a blood clot. It was really scary. But yeah, it's insane what they played through with lacerated kidneys. I'm not doing anything. Anything is lacerated on me, I'm doing nothing.
Andrew Luck.
Nothing at all.
His stuff sounded painful. I remember Trent Dilfer told me one time in Cleveland, he got up on a Monday and crawled to the bathroom. I remember he told me this story years ago. We were having a glass of wine in Scottsdale, Arizona. He goes, I got out of bed. And Trent's thick. Trent's 6'3", 235. Trent's a big guy. He would look like an MMA fighter, big guy. He's like, I got out of bed and crawled to the bathroom.
No way. No way. No way. We normalize this because we just talk about it every day. 10 broken ribs, blah, 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 and just continue on with our day. Imagine having to do that to come to work today.
I'm not even sure if it's a cracked rib. My cartilage after skiing. I literally have to sit down when I sneeze. I'm like, oh, okay, that's painful. It's searing pain. I sneezed. Drew Brees had 11 of them and played 4 weeks later.
Went out there and put himself in a position to then
get
be
hit,
smacked by another man that weighs 300 pounds at full speed.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie
Tom
News.
Brady's got a throwing coach. He's a former Major League pitcher, Tom House. Yep, he's Tom's throwing coach, has been for years, and he joins us next. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-owned, serving premium coffee to people that love America. Veteran CEO and founder Even Hafer spent over 7 years with U.S. Special Forces, grounding his coffee during the invasion of Iraq. Black Rifle Coffee committed to serving law enforcement, first responders, supporting veterans. They have Buy a Bag, Give a Bag. That's their campaign. Buy a Bag, Give a Bag. Make sure the gift of American coffee to those that serve. Black Rifle Coffee offers a variety of roast profiles from freshly roasted. They have plants in Utah and Tennessee, researching, experimenting to make the very best roasting methods and coffee origins. Best way to join those through the Coffee Club. It's a free subscription. Chosen coffee is roasted, packaged, and conveniently shipped free to your door on schedule. Get the freshest coffee in America without leaving the couch. BlackRifleCoffee.com/herd, H-E-R-D. That code gets you 20% off your purchase of your first Coffee Club order. Plays. And for years and years, I felt like I had to defend him in Philadelphia.